Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sailor Center, where the Sailor Nation Sports Network is proud to be bringing you the Varsity Mona Shores Girls Volleyball Double Duel here at the Sailor Center. Tonight is an opportunity that we haven't had yet this fall season to bring you some volleyball, so we're happy to be here. And joining me tonight, filling in for all of these other sick people that can't be here tonight, was going to be here anyway, Mr. Eric Allen. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
Eric is the resident expert of our broadcast tonight, so he's going to be filling us in a lot better than I am on what's going on with this volleyball tournament here. So tell us a little bit about a double duel. Who are we going to see here tonight along with Mona Shores?
So double duels are they're nice fill-ins in your non-conference schedule to see other competition. And tonight we're going to see Grand Rapids West Catholic, which is a top 15 in the state Division II team. And then after we finish that best of three match, we will see Holland Christian, who's actually number 7 in Division II. So a really good tune-up heading into districts next week. I think Coach Hellman wanted to schedule the toughest competition possible, and she certainly nailed it. A great tune-up going into districts next week, hoping that we're going to be absolutely ready for it against the two teams that we're going to see tonight. So 2 matches, and each match there's the best of 3 sets. And as we talked earlier, it'll be 25 points for the first 2. If you win both, then you're done. That's correct.
The third set, if you get to it, it's 15. Does that sound correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
No, and then for the volleyball people watching the broadcast, there's no cap on any of the sets.
So you have to win by 2. And one of the other things, if you're used to normal volleyball scoring, I say normal, probably the old school volleyball scoring, it's considered rally scoring is what you refer to it as, which means no matter where the point, no matter who the serve, if it falls on your side and it's in bounds, it's against you. If it falls on their side, if it goes out, whatever. So there's points scored on every single ball in play.
Yep, and the only exception would be if you see the up official give 2 thumbs up, which just means a replay, which means they can't determine who that point should go to, or potentially a ball came onto the floor from the other court, which we will see tonight. You will get an errant ball that will come in the course of play. The official will just blow a whistle, and no point will be awarded there, and they'll just replay the point.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're getting ready. It's getting close to some volleyball time. I know that they're finishing up just a little bit of serving over on the far court. Your Sailors are going to be on what would be our near court, or it'll be the east side of the Sailor Center. They're going to be on that for both matches. So where we're sitting, and as you guys are looking at us right now, where we're sitting, we're looking down right on the court, right below us. You guys will be able to get a great vantage point from our camera operators tonight, Cohen Holman, who's giving the end shot that you're looking at right there. And then the main court shot, which is the half-court shot, you've got the eye in the sky, Kim and Kotis. He's going to be providing the back and forth. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to bring this volleyball broadcast. And Eric, you were the one that kind of spawned this whole thing. You picked this date as a really good one for us to cover. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to pause on our talking. We're going to give that audio over to Kimmon's camera, and they're going to be announcing the teams as we go, and then they'll be doing the national anthem. Once they're done with that, we'll join back onto this broadcast, but we'll let you enjoy the audio from the Sailor Center here as it goes.
Please all give them a round of applause. And now, let's meet the team. Cedar Springs Lady Hawks. Number 1, Nancy Rivera. Number 2, Elizabeth Hall. Number 3, Ida Rick. Number 4, Gracie Newman. Number 5, Elizabeth Scott. Number 6, Anita Leslie. Number 7, Riley Eagle. Number 8, Nancy Zimmer. Number 9, Kate Beardsley. Number 10, Courtney Hayes. Number 11, Penny Gale. Number 12, Josie Penny. Number 13, Esther Nichols. Number 14, Lily Williams. Number Number 5, Golden Mountain. Number 6, Grace Stein. Number 7, Emma Park. Number 8, Volleyball. Number 9, Oliver Cruz. Number 10, Mike Mann. Number 11, Alexis Patrick. Number 12, Brooke Keith. Number 13, Alex Weaver. Number 15, Grace Snyder. Followed by head coach Megan Adams. And now let's see the rules of foul position. Number 1, Kate Eileen Tyson. Number 2, Reese Sedgwick. Number 3, Echo Wood. Number 4, Janice Seacrest. Number 5, Eric Muller. Number 6, Steve Sheba. Number 7, Sophia Pierce. Number 8, Courtney Lee. Number 9, Avery Hedman. Number 10, Peter Smith. Number 11, Jalen Kinsler. Number 12, Andrew Pierce. Number 15, Andrew Flash. Number 17, Colin Pierce. Rules are led by head coach Eric Van Tyler. And now let's see your home shorter sales. Number 1, Mallory Boston. Number 2, Kobe Rose. Number 3, Ellie Trice. Number 4, Laura Rett. Number 5, Diane Hall. Number 6, Izzy Sturgeon. Number 7, David Dawn. Number 8, Trudy Vanderbilt. Number 9, Grace Stan. Number 10, Lee Russell. Number 11, Maggie Russell. The sales are led by head coach Patty Halpin. Assistant coach Ryan Bowlowski and Jason Trainer. The privilege of this meeting came off. So all continue to play for the great people. Let us now honor and respect their efforts in all the country. Civilian gentlemen, please move your hats. Active retired military, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly play our national anthem.
All the teams are announced. The national anthem has been played. It is time to go to war. So you mentioned, Eric, knowing that these teams, West Catholic is what we're going to face in our first match here. They played them earlier in the season. They lost both sets right up front. But you mentioned that during that competition, we were down a very key player.
Yeah, so Allie Troutner, our senior, she's what's known as a sixth position player, so she's going to come off the floor very, very little, if at all, in both of these matches. And I can say that just the feel of the team is much different with her on. Interesting, Allie doesn't lead the team in any statistical category, hitting or digs, and we can kind of get into what's a hit and a dig as we get into more of the play here. But the girls do feed off of her, and she's the leader. And so she was out on a Saturday. She had a soccer injury. Playing for one of the other broadcasters, Dave Fouché, was coaching that team. So Dave may be listening and may be here later, actually. But Allie, obviously her number one sport is soccer, and she picked an injury up that was pretty significant. You can see she's wearing a sleeve on her left leg right now. Typical soccer injury, got kicked in the shin.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start off with Cayenne Hellman serving here. And we are a very scrappy team. So West Catholic tipped into our block there of Maddie Russell and just out for .1 for West.
So West Catholic draws first blood.
So you'll see if in the right offense, we should serve receive, and Cayenne Hellman, number 5, at the net should not have to move much, just like that. And we run sets like that. So a little plug, that was Grace Allen with a kill. That was
take a look
my
at
daughter.
Let's look at the Lake Michigan Insurance instant replay on that one. That was pretty awesome. This goes fast, so our instant replays here, we have to make sure we catch up on those pretty quickly.
Number 9 happens to be my daughter, so this is a little interesting being up here. So in volleyball, an interesting thing is that serve receive, you're actually more likely to get the point. So you call it siding out because you're able to run your offense. So they're going to serve into our best defenders. Mallory Hogston, you can see that Cayenne Hellman's the setter, and that was Jersey Vanderwall with a hit there. But you can see they're going to be on the defense until we make a mistake. And again, they're just giving what were called free balls at this point.
Oh, that was nice.
Great cover there by West Catholic. And now we're going to be out of system. So now we're giving them a free ball, and watch them go on the attack here. Right to their setter, to their hitter.
Oh.
And we just blocked it out of bounds. So good block. But you can see how quickly things can change just with one bad pass or you know,
a ball that just doesn't bounce quite the right way.
In an ideal world, our setter doesn't have to move much. So Cayenne Hellman's always going to be tucked up in the middle or just off to our right side. And West Catholic, you know, they did this to us last time too. They do a great job, great hustle there. They do a great job of covering what we call tips, which is that.
Oh, boy, that was a hell of an attempt right there.
Yeah. So right now, with this rotation, what we're waiting for is to get through one side out, and then Ava Dunn, our best hitter, will come into the match and be able to change things a little bit with her height and her power.
So the Sailors get on the board again with another point.
Yeah. 2-4. Here comes number 7. It's our best offensive player, Ava Dunn. She will approach just over, I would assume by the end of the year, she's going to be over 300 kills, which is kind of a benchmark. Division I quality player for college, has decided not to play collegiately, but had certainly some offers. Indiana State for one.
Decided not to play college, huh?
Yeah, I think it's not for everyone. Now I will say, Ava, everybody in the volleyball circle will tell you she just has really turned a corner this year and started to really take over some matches. See, we're out of system here again, giving them a free ball. All right. So we're going to look for a little service run here out of Chloe Rose. She's one of our better servers, really aggressive, and with a good quality serve, you can pull them out of system pretty quickly. A little long ball there by them. Sometimes these little 2 or 3 point pushes in the middle of the match just make the difference. And you can see West Catholic had one early, and now we've got to come up with 1 or 2. Back row attack there, out of bounds.
And you're right. That does as it evens the match up 5-all.
And you just feel the momentum, and that's what's so fun about volleyball. It can swing back and forth 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
So you'll notice that during the play, when we are out of system, when the ball doesn't go to Cayenne in the right spot, they're always going to dump it to the left, typically to the left side hitter.
That hurt.
Yeah, looked like West Catholic was in the net, but pretty tough to call all the nets.
Oh, I would imagine, especially with it as crowded up there and players on both sides. It's hard to see who's doing what in the ball, you know, making contact up top. It's hard to see what's doing what.
Yeah, we do have an up official and a down official, but, you know, not being so tight to the net there. Ava Dunn with another kill there.
6-all, evened up.
Ellie Troutner in the serve. Grace Allen with another kill there. So one thing, Joe, this is a really young team. I did mention Allie Troutner and Ava Dunn. Your other two seniors are going to be Chloe Rose and Lauren Morey. Lauren Morey will probably come in the second set to sub out Chloe. But we're only going to graduate 4 seniors. We actually have 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the team. You see,
as a miscue, we'll take advantage of that.
Yeah. So you've got our libero. Maybe explain that jersey a little bit. We have one girl in a different colored jersey. Matter of fact, all 4 teams do. That's what's known as a libero. Ours is Izzy Sturdivant, and she's a sophomore, which speaks to how good of a volleyball player she is. She can come in and out for any player at any time as long as it's only in the back row. And will typically serve for one of our middle hitters, which she typically serves for Jersey Vanderwall, who's off the floor right now.
So I have a...
There you go, Ava.
Nice. Once we're done with this,
yeah.
I tell you, this is a scrappy team. You are correct.
Yeah. Well, both teams are going to be, right? So you can see this, and we're probably going to go outside. See if we can run a play here. All right, there we go. Yeah.
So the touch on an attempted block at the net, that does not count as one of your touches.
If it's a hard-driven ball, it is considered just a touch and does not count as one of your 3 contacts.
Correct.
Oh, they called a double on West Catholic there, I believe. Yeah. So what that call is, Joe, we got a point, even though it landed on our side of the floor. Their setter has to, when she sets the ball, it has to contact with 2 hands at the same time. And it cannot come out spinning. See how the ball is for Cayenne right there on that last play was perfectly flat?
Yep.
Kind of like a knuckleball?
Yep.
The up judge is watching that ball come out of the setter's hand. And if it's spinning, that means typically she contacted it with 2 hands at separate times to get that rotation on the ball. So that's what he called. And you can see how aggressive our serving is. That ball that Ava serves with her height barely clears that net by 2 or 3 inches and is almost a down ball.
Well, and we are on fire right now.
Yeah, we've made a good push here. And I would say in the last 3 or 4 weeks, our serving has really become aggressive, and it's going to make people really difficult for them to play against us. Grace Allen with another kill, and I'm going to say that as many times as she's going to get them. So,
as you should.
She's got 3 kills out of 13 points right now, so she's playing really well at this time. And unless they get a block over there to cover her, we're just going to keep feeding her. I think what a lot of teams, and Zeeland East did this, we didn't mention the huge win we had Tuesday night, kind of a revenge match to a team that had beat us in 3 sets on Tuesday in the conference championship. Our girls really put it to them, but word is out on Ava Dunn, and most teams are going to load the block up against her. And what it's made and pushed is for our freshmen, the 2 Russell girls, Lainey and Maddie Russell, Grace Allen and Jersey Vanderwall, to really step up and make sure that block is honest. And you can see right now they're not. And so they're letting Grace and Jersey get free swings.
Sure.
While Ava's in the back row here.
Then they may pay for that.
Yeah, and so what's going to happen is they're going to make a switch at some point, maybe right there in that timeout, and they're going to spread their block out. And so when Ava goes front row again, she should have some free looks. Also really playing well right now. Just the whole team is clicking. That pass by Chloe Rose was fantastic. Like I said, when Cayenne doesn't have to move, you know that the back row defensive players did a really good job. Okay. Sometimes the best offense, or the best way to side a team out when they're on a run is to call a timeout in the middle of a girls' serve, which they did to Ava there. She could get the first one.
Still a nice 14-point. They got about 6 points out of that drive, I think.
Yeah, I believe it was 8-8 when Ava came in there. So really well done. See, that should have been a double, but there's a saying in volleyball, the ball doesn't lie, and a lot of times when the official misses a call, the team will hit it into the net or out, and right there was a perfect example. It should have been called for a double, and ball doesn't lie. It went out of bounds. Good job, Maddie. Freshman Maddie Russell there, number 11.
Nice.
Grace Allen with another kill. So right now on our team, the leader, as we mentioned, was is Ava Dunn in kills. Jersey Vanderwall is actually second, just a little bit ahead of Grace. So we've got some pretty good balance. We're going to have 3 girls over 200 kills. Ava's going to be closer to 400 here. We're going to get a replay. So ball on the floor from the other court playing.
Boy, that could really screw up some momentum, having another ball come across.
We've seen it happen. All of these girls play club volleyball for the most part, and you know, they're kind of used to it. So they'll go play in national tournaments where there might be 150 courts going on at one time, and they're kind of used to balls coming on the floor and interrupting them.
Sure.
But they are just playing at such a high level right now. Aggressive on the serving. Our back row, Izzy started off with a dig there. Great job. They just don't give up on any balls.
All right. That was one heck of a chase back here to keep that ball alive. Yeah, I'll give her a lot of credit on that.
So that's what you want your libero to do. Typically, they're going to be your quickest player that's going to chase everything down. And if she's in cement, then she won't be wearing the white jersey for very long. But Izzy playing at a very high level. Great dig there. Technically not a dig, but another kill by Grace there. I think that's 5 for the set so far. So she's feeling it. And like I told you earlier, you can always kind of tell how the team is going to perform just in warm-ups, and I can tell you that they were on. They definitely want to have a signature win going into districts next week.
Well, and it's kind of a revenge match as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, on a night or a day, our own tournament, we only won 1 match that entire day. The girls just put their head down and got back to work. And you know, you can have excuses saying Allie wasn't on the floor, but they lost some tight matches that they should have definitely won, whether she's in or not.
To join everybody, or welcome everybody who has joined us so far here at the double duel for the Mona Shores Varsity Girls Volleyball. First match is against West Catholic, and we are currently winning 18-11 in the first set of the match. So
you see the adjustment West Catholic has made now. They're starting to block our outside hitters. It happens to be Allie Troutner right now. But with Ava Dunn off the floor, they're able to load up on that left side. And now they're doing that little 3 or 4 point push with right. And the big thing is a side out here.
There we go.
Touched by number 8 from West Catholic, which is Ellie Bice.
Do the players on the court rotate their positions each serve?
Every time we serve, there's a rotation. Yep. So you hold position through the opposing team's serve. But yes, that's why when I referred to Allie Troutner as a 6-position player, she will rotate all 6 positions, as will Cayenne Hellman, kind of. She's our setter, so she's always going to, as you can see, she's right tucked up to the net with Ava Dunn right now. As soon as this ball serves, she's going to run all the way across the floor to this right side to set the ball. So I expect that to go to Ava Dunn. Yeah. Got to 20 here. So with a 7-point lead like this, it does build you a little bit of a cushion, because remember when I said earlier, serve receive, right? You should be able to side out the majority of time on serve receive. So at this point, all we have to do is side out, whether we win another point on service or not, which we're going to probably obviously do. Should be fairly easy for them to finish this match out. Now I'll get in a lot of trouble with Mrs. Hellman if they lose this match for jinxing them. I don't want to give them the Davros jinx because I've heard him.
Oh yes, yeah, Davros jinx is out there.
Big swing. So you can see they're just loading up on number 7. Sure. As I would too.
21-14, the Sailors' first set of this match against West Catholic. Just a miscue on that contact.
It's a hard ball to play when it's at their chest. You know, they prefer to bump that with their forearms, but when it sails on them like that, they kind of get caught sometimes. Good pass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard one to get, and it is.
So, a little side story with Ava while we change. So we mentioned that tournament we had on a Saturday here at home. Going into that tournament, we'll wait for this point now. Or actually, we'll talk about it between sets. Hopefully, this one's over quickly. Oh. Grace with her 6th kill today.
Killing machine.
Well, she's getting free swings, so she's benefiting from, you know, in all sports, you benefit when somebody's trying to take away your best player, and right now they're trying to take Ava away, and the sophomores helping out.
Even though you get those free swings, you have to produce. You have to be ready for it. I mean,
yeah.
And she's capitalizing on that opportunity.
And this is a new position for her. So her entire career, she's played in the middle where Ava plays. And Coach Hellman asked her to come to the outside and play on the left side, which she's never done, not ever, since she's been playing since 7th grade. And honestly, she struggled pretty early on. A lot of tears and self-doubt at home, but Coach Hellman kind of stuck with her and worked with her, and it's really paid dividends for the team. She's really starting to play at a pretty high level. I guess that's the proud dad moment here, but
absolutely.
See where they go here. Dump by
nice,
Cayenne.
very nice,
Cayenne. So, why that's open for Cayenne right now is they're having to block both Ava and Grace, and it just leaves that middle wide open for that little tip.
You're now at set point.
This is in play still. Oh.
So they allow it to play off of the lights?
As long as it's still on your side, yes. So if we hit a light or that backboard coming over and it landed on the other team's net, opposing side, no. But the ceiling is in play.
Wow. Not any other sport that I know of that allows that to occur.
Well, you see it once or twice a match for sure. So still set point here.
Nice.
So that's that bailout I said to the right side or the left side there. All right,
and there it is.
Or set point there. So great.
So, question for you before we get into the story: in between sets, do they switch sides, or they always stay on this side?
They used to pre-COVID, but they've kind of gotten lazy. And if you were to scan down at their bench, all of their gear is there. So
that makes sense to stay, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think as it gets, and there is a kind of a home field advantage sometimes in the morning in this gym with our lights being on the south side of the stadium. Those courts on the other side of us, the light can kind of blind you.
Sure.
So sometimes a coach can ask to switch sides, and typically they'll be accommodated. Oh, see, we are going to switch. As I said that, and probably for that exact reason. If you look on our floor, it is kind of shiny on our side, and so coaches can ask for that. Typically, it'll be accommodated.
Yeah,
I actually don't know that they could refuse.
You're not talking about a ton of gear that has to be moved or anything like that. So
just backpacks and water bottles. So the story I was going to tell about Ava Dunn is Kathy had scheduled a scrimmage with Coopersville just before our home tournament, and the girls went in. Coopersville's top 10 ranked team in the state, and our girls kind of went in there and took it to them a little bit. I think Coopersville didn't think that we were going to come in and actually play a match that they were going to kind of just lay down and have fun. And Ava Dunn in the second set there, it was scored. They kept score. They did not have officials, so it wasn't an official match. But Ava took a ball in the middle and hit their libero and actually hit her in the head, which put her into concussion protocol for 2 weeks. And so they went to the Beast of the East tournament on the east side of the state, which is a huge tournament, and had to play without their libero, their girl that wears the opposite jersey.
Right.
That was on a Thursday. And then during our tournament on Saturday, Ava did it again to West Michigan Christians, one of their DSs, hit her in the head with a hard-driven ball and put her into concussion protocol, which knocked her out for the city tournament. And so I told Grace, I said, the irony is I don't know that the football team has had that many concussions.
No kidding.
Ava's dishing them out left and right. So
you guys are, anybody watching right now, you're enjoying the instant replays that I was able to capture from some of the various different shots throughout that first set. It's kind of a highlight reel, if you will, from the first set. Not every single point, but several of the really awesome work that the Sailors were doing. Sailors in this shot obviously on the left side versus West Catholic on the right. In our next set, they are switching sides, and we will be seeing it the other way around next time we capture those. So here we go. The Sailors playing from the right side of your screen, now moving, rather serving to the left.
So a little bit of a different lineup here. We're going to have a couple of different players. We're going to, if you look at our side, you got Izzy Sturdivant in the white jersey, Allie Troutner number 3 in the middle back, and Lainey Russell is all the way on the right hand side with Jersey Vanderwall, Kyan Hellman, and Grace Allen. West Catholic in system here.
Yeah. Great shot.
Yeah, I was watching Emma Tuttle, their outside hitter from West Catholic, warm up, and she's pretty powerful. So those are just killers to coaches.
Oh, I bet they are.
Serving percentage is a big thing, and anytime you want your best servers to be above 90% for sure, but closer to 95%. So we're out of system with Cayenne taking that first ball.
Worked in our favor. How do you get back into system? How does that work?
Well,
it's an interesting, the concept that you're talking about, and I'm trying to understand. So you want a certain player to take the set and then take the actual shot.
Yeah, so the first ball, we want anybody but Cayenne Hellman, our setter, to take it. So if she takes first ball, we're automatically going to be out of system because we will not have a setter because she can't take second ball. Second ball should always go to number 5, Cayenne Hellman, for us. And there are times when our first pass may not go to the front right. Like right now we're in system, Cayenne can set, and then we get a kill out of it. But when that first pass is not to the front right, typically one of the other players is going to have to take that second ball, and then we can't run our kill.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Long-winded way of saying it.
The other thing that is throwing me off here is that when they switched sides, it also switches up on the scoreboard as well. So it was throwing me off as to what was going on.
Right. So we're 3-3 now. Great dig.
Nice.
Actually, not a dig save, but. West Catholic is such a good hitting team. We also are loading up on the block, and it is leaving that tip exposed. If they wait just that split second till our girls are in the air, they can just tip it over the top, and not much you can do once you've left the ground. West Catholic starting a little bit on the serve today.
So this match is beginning, or this set rather, is beginning just like the last set, where they were pretty much tied right up to about 6-all.
Yeah.
And then it was that pendulum back and forth of several runs between the two teams before Mona Shores kind of took off with it.
So, to finish this point, to finish this thought, but that is a little bit of by design. So you would think that most teams would start their best player in the front row, being Ava Dunn, but Kathy chooses to start her typically in the back row, and it typically will give her a pretty free rein at the net because West Catholic is almost certainly starting their best players up front. And so she's able to get free swings, and that's typically when we go on a run, is when Ava plays the 3 positions in the front row.
But I tell you, it is a godsend having you here, Eric, to be able to explain what's going on with these points.
I've been able to watch every match this year. Great save.
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah. But listen, you get 3 touches on the ball, and you're on the other court. I know Coach Hellman just loves the hustle. West Catholic starting to serve really well, making us a little bit more difficult to pass. And I don't know the stats on Emma Tuttle, number 7 here. She's a junior from West Catholic, but she's been all over the floor tonight. And serving very well right now. Ooh. You can see how that can cause a concussion if it went through her hands, right?
Sure, absolutely. Oh, man, boy, that was, I don't want to say a stroke of luck, but holy cow, that worked out very well for West Catholic on that.
Yeah, so they're on their little run. I'd expect Coach Hellman to call a timeout if they get one or two more here. Yeah, this might be time for a timeout. And she calls a timeout. Almost like I know what I'm talking about.
Like you might have seen one of these before.
Well, if a team goes on a six-point run, 7-point run, that's typically time just to hopefully break up momentum. Yep. You know, it's amazing as good as these players are. Number 7's got to come in, and a lot of coaches will say, this is your safe serve. Just get it in so we can get the momentum back. Sure. Don't keep going for that. She was kind of ripping those serves the last 2 or 3, kind of going for them, very difficult serves. And we'll see if she doesn't have a safe serve just to get it in next.
Every sport has conditioning and endurance that becomes a part of the actual sport as it goes. How much is a part of that here?
Yeah, it's interesting the way that they play so many tournaments that you can definitely see. I would say early in the season, you definitely saw, with us being a younger team and having the sophomores, we had really 7 girls first time on the varsity team. When they would get into these tournaments, you could tell by the end that they were kind of out of shape and just not able to chase down some of the balls they would have chased down earlier in the match. And as it gets into districts and you start playing 5-set matches, if you're jumping for an hour and a half straight, it can get to you. But at this point in the season, we've been really fortunate, other than the Troutner injury, to not have any injuries. These girls are all in shape and playing at a really high level. And I would say our sophomores are officially juniors now, and our freshmen are officially sophomores. So we're not the same team we were at the beginning.
Sure, that makes sense.
And they brought hardware home. They won the Traverse City tournament at the beginning of the year, went undefeated, and kind of opened some eyes to some teams that historically would have kind of beat up on us. And then a few weeks later, we're just out of system. We're just out of sorts. And then won the Battle of the Boardwalk.
Yep.
Against Grand Haven, Spring Lake, and Fruitport. And then last week, Tuesday, winning the conference championship tournament.
Let's hope that districts has another continuation of a lot of that success.
There you go, Ava. Yeah, so this team would certainly be the number 1 seed going into districts. They did realign our districts this year, so we don't have the proverbial powerhouse in Grand Haven, who I believe has won 20 district championships in a row. So our district draw is favorable in that we have Reese Puffer on Wednesday next week. And then the winner of the Reese Puffer Mona Shores match will get the winner of Traverse City Central, Traverse City West. I mentioned that tournament that the girls won earlier in the season. They have beat all the teams in the region, or in the district rather. The other team in the district that there are 5 teams in district would be Muskegon, who's having a nice block by
that was a very nice.
Muskegon, who's having I don't know that they've won a match this year.
And everybody is automatically in the tournament.
That's correct.
It's okay.
Yep. Good serve by Ava there. Okay. So now if we can get, if you remember right, Ava went on that 6-point run before. We could use a few of those.
Yes,
right
we
now.
could right now. 13-9, West Catholic currently winning.
Good serve.
Good serve.
Nice cover by Allie. And Allie just does a lot of the, Allie just does a lot of the little things out there. So
Sailor's looking for a little help here, a little break on some of these as well.
So good defensive teams. You notice that Grace hit into that block there. And you notice that Allie Troutner dug it up. What the back row is trained to do there is when Grace goes up for that kill, Allie's just to tuck in right behind her in case that block is coming right back at. Should mention Sailors are in brand new uniforms today. They've been waiting for these to come in with supply chain shortages all year. So
finally getting them for the
finally
last,
into their black jerseys, yeah. Miscommunication.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's a communication issue on that one.
(15-10) West Catholic here. Short serve. Yeah, that's a good spot. So she's actually, that's known as a zone serve. She actually saw that big hole on the floor and was going for that spot. She didn't miss that on purpose.
That was a perfectly placed shot, too.
Yeah. Trying again. So now they're out of system. We should be able to set a play. Oh, they called a double on their setter there.
Works out in our advantage for sure.
Yeah, you know when our front row has to take first ball, that's typically not a good thing. It's a big swing by Grace there.
The communication side of stuff in the sport of volleyball is not something, unless you're somebody that has coached or played, you see just players hitting the ball back and forth. How important is the communication on the floor while these are going?
Yeah, so there's a lot of chatter down there. You'll hear, my kid's voice seems to carry, but you'll hear Grace yell, shoot, shoot a lot, which means she wants a low set across the top of the net, and she's typically going to leave before the ball gets there. She's called C there, which meant she wanted a back set from Cayenne. And so basically it's just a trigger to the setter saying, hey, I'm ready, I'm here, and you can back set me if you want. I think that West Catholic just, thought West Catholic had the net there, but I'm not sure who they called on that. We were called for a net violation there. Yeah, so there's A's and J's, and all of them, any number has an associated set that they want Cayenne to do, whether it's a high set or a quick set, to the middle, to the outside. And so your setter's really got to be on her toes.
Man, that blows my mind. Like the speed at which you got to make a decision of what type of set that you want.
Yep. Good call there. That was an A ball, which is just a low set that you just kind of leave hanging and hope your middle is going to leave about the same time you set it. So now with this rotation, we've been running something that they call, it's a delayed kill, or some people call it a rainbow, where you'll see, and they're running it right there. So what you saw, if you replay that, Joe, I don't know if you can real quick.
Let's try it real quick here.
So you'll watch Lainey Russell will go up. Oh, no, that wasn't the replay. But,
was it not?
No.
Well, I must not have hit the right button. Sorry, I apologize.
That's okay. They'll probably run it again. But what they do is they have Lainey Russell go up as she's going to attack the ball, let it fall lower, and Jersey Vanderwall actually got the kill and ran right behind her. So they call it a delayed kill or a rainbow. West Catholic is playing at a really high level right now.
Yeah, this is, from set to set, the pendulum has kind of swung here as we continue to watch these two teams match up.
I would say we just need a side out here, and we'd still be in it with the serving that we've got. That's going to be out. Okay. So a 5-point push with Lauren Morey coming in is not out of the question. She's a serving specialist for us. So it'll be interesting to see if she can get a little run here. She's in for Chloe Rose, who played set 1. So just as I said that, service error.
And you said that is the kind of thing that absolutely just kills a coach to see. So the Sailors looking to take it back here. And it was just in. Take a look on that Lake Michigan Insurance instant replay.
Yeah, Ava sees the floor so well, I guarantee she saw that back corner was open. So now I would say the same thing. A nice 5-point push here with Allie serving. Oh, wow, we are struggling at the service line.
2 service errors in a row.
I believe that's for this set. And, if you convert 2 of those, that's the difference in the match right now. So
down 6 points here. Looking to go to 25 in set number 2.
All right.
But I tell you, you're right though. I mean, easily right now you could have a 5-6 point swing right now and you're right back into it.
Yep. I mean, it can turn that quickly, and we've seen, obviously tonight, we've seen Ava Dunn at service line, and nice push there. We've seen her have a 6-point run tonight, so nice dump by Cayenne there. So, we've been getting our swings, and that's going to leave that open. And that's where I said this balance from this team is both Jersey and Grace have been putting balls away, and it just pushes their defense back a little bit and forces their block to come up. So,
well, and you certainly take points when your opponent gives them to you like that right there too.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, and you typically don't.
Man.
5th service error tonight.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, so now no room for error, right? We need to side out, and then a service run out of, statistically our best server, Cayenne Hellman, will be serving next. So. We should get a play here.
There it is.
So that's called a slide, and that's what happens when your middle hitter is going to loop behind Cayenne and make her back set that. And usually it pulls the blockers typically aren't in a position to make that. So now an interesting thing. The only people that can leave their feet inside the 10-foot line, you'll see a line that's blue here on the Sailor Stadium. Good cover. Only front row. Nice. Lainey Russell with a kill there. The only people that can leave their feet inside the 10-foot line are the 3 girls in the front row. And so when Cayenne Hellman, our setter, is front row, we only have 2 attackers. Well, now that Cayenne setting is in the back row, she has 3 options across that net. And it really opens things up for her on where she can go to the ball with Lainey Russell. So making a little push here. I just don't know if they're going to need a side out real quick, and then not sure who comes in this. Probably not sure who goes into Mallory Hogston would go into serve.
Not going to have to worry about it because West Catholic finishes up set 2, making it even 1-1 here in the match. Set number 3 coming up. Best 2 out of 3 sets in this final set will be only to 15 points. And with the 15 points, that's a pretty quick set there, especially with the way this has been going. You saw a little bit of the momentum coming back for the Sailors there towards the end of that last set. Just not enough to hold on. Really, the set errors, or the serving errors, were really what made the difference on that last set.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly some things to clean up from the service line, but overall, you like to have a little momentum going into that third set. West Catholic did get out to a pretty big lead, so no moral victory there, but like to carry that momentum. And now we're going to switch sides again on the floor. I think the sun's kind of going down, so that's kind of I don't know if the sun's going to play much of an issue there.
Right.
Looks like on the other floor, Holland Christian wrapped up that match. I don't know the set scores there because we obviously can't see that. But yeah, so there's a saying in volleyball, when the match is to 15, it's the first to 10. I think there's a statistic that the first to 10 wins like 90% of the matches.
Wow.
So you want to definitely push to 10 here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kathy went back to the same rotation that was in on the first set. So we had two different players in. Lauren Moray had replaced Chloe Rose there, and Lainey Russell replaced her sister Maddie Russell, 2 6-foot freshmen, over 6 foot. So we are going to have size for years to come. Not a lot of teams are going to be taller than us, which is not typical for Mona Shores.
And that is a dream for a coach to have not only that size, but size for that long.
That's correct. Yeah, with Ava Dunn and both the Russell girls, you've got 3 girls over 6 foot. And then, ironically, the 2 girls with the second and third most kills are 5'11". So not small in their own rights with Jersey Vanderwall and Grace Allen. They're going to be a fun group in the future. I know we're losing Ava Dunn and kind of the heart of our team in Lauren Moray, but our JV team, I believe, is 27-3. There's going to be some, and loaded with freshmen. I will say there's a lot of optimism about our program. Last year was the first year that we were able to have 2 7th grade and 2 8th grade teams. So the administration approved that, and that has made a huge difference to our numbers, especially with our freshman group.
Sure.
Where in the past you may be limited to 12 girls playing 8th grade volleyball. Then all of a sudden they get to high school and a couple of them run cross country or other sports or other interests. All of a sudden it's difficult to field a freshman.
Sure.
Now she's got close to 26 7th graders and 26 8th graders playing.
Well, and you talk about the amount of play that they're able to get in with having the 2 teams at that level as well.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not having to. Do you have to cut players down to 12? I mean,
12 is a good number because you can typically get everybody playing time. It's pretty it's pretty tough if you're the 14th player on a team. You may not see the floor much, but I believe in middle school they do have, if you play the first set, you can't play the second. So it typically, so this is a interesting thing here. So Grace, and I can say this. So Grace Allen, number 9. Yeah, she hadn't played back row all year. I don't know exactly why we did that, but Mallory Hogston. Oh, I think Mallory was in the restroom, so but Gracie's not a 6th position player there. So foot fault. Oh, rotation.
so this was a rotation.
So we were not in the right rotation. They're going to call us for being out of position. You mentioned those 6 spots on the floor. They're saying Mallory Hogston needed to be on the outside. I don't know. So again, there's that rainbow, and you can see how well it works. It just gets them all out of position there. So, so yeah, that was a little interesting. I don't know exactly what happened there on that rotation. Obviously some confusion when Grace came off and Mallory went on. Izzy Sturtevant serving. Also a really aggressive server. Big jump serve out of her typically. Tip out of rotation here. This is going to go to Allie Troutner. Good ball by
It works.
Allie. Yeah, absolutely. So the outside hitters, which are in this match, well, for us are Allie Troutner and Grace Allen, they typically get a lot of garbage balls. So when we're out of rotation, they're all trained to just hit that ball to the front left corner and hope that the outside hitter can kind of make something happen. Big block by Ava Dunn. And a big kill by Maddie Russell. Sorry.
Well, this is exactly the start that the Sailors needed in this third and final set.
Absolutely. We love to see Izzy serving here. Pretty consistent, very difficult serve. Out of rotation here. Gonna go to the outside. Nice ball by Allie Troutner.
That's gonna be.
So the first one was a touch.
Yep.
Now they're insistent. Yeah. Good play by West Catholic there.
The JV and freshman, the middle school levels, who are the coaches for those levels, do you know?
Yeah, Raylan Sells is our JV coach, and Caitlin Hermanson is our freshman coach. Both former players. Big swing out of 7. Yeah, Emma Tuttle again. Yeah, so our JV team, I believe, had 7 freshmen on it. And then you want to talk to how good that freshman group is. Obviously, the freshman group have 2 freshmen on our varsity team.
Wow. Yeah,
and,
that's...
so out of system here, we're going to need to make something happen here. In system, that should be a down ball. Oh, Ava Dunn with a rare miss.
Well, and again, remember, folks, this is tied up to 1 set apiece, best of 3. This is going to be the deciding set, and it only goes to 15 versus the 25 for the first 2.
Your fans want a double out of that.
Oh, man, communication error for sure.
Yeah. So we just, unlike a 25-point match, you might let it go 1 or 2 more serves, but there's just no room for error in a 3-set match.
Yep.
Here, so.
Yep, for sure.
West Catholic playing at a really high level. They're just not hitting balls out that they did maybe in the first set.
I'd like to thank everybody that's watching here, Sailor Nation Sports Network, as we bring the double duel from the Sailor Center, where the varsity girls volleyball takes on currently West Catholic Falcons. Yep. After this match is done, they'll be taking on Holland Christian.
Yeah, things do not get easier.
No, they do not.
So
they do not.
I believe West Catholic is honorable mention in Division II. Holland Christian's actually 7th or 8th in Division II at this point. So, like to get this win here.
Oh, too far. Little too much mustard on that one. But it was great work up front to save that.
Yep.
However, just didn't pan out.
Just pulling us a little bit out of system. So now we've got Ava Dunn back in the middle. Let's see what we can do with it. Get it, Ava.
Good.
Yeah. West Catholic's just done a really good job of taking away the middle of the floor where we were tipping that earlier. They kind of closed that up and made some adjustments up front.
Wow. Shores cannot get a break here. And let's hope that you're wrong about the first to 10.
Well, we have 1 more point to stop it, but yeah, first to 10 usually we'll win third set. Yeah.
Just not going the way of the Sailors for any of these.
We're going to call our second timeout. So you do get 2 timeouts per set, and third sets are no different. But
well, and again, you think about it from the standpoint of a 5 or a 6 point run here, and you're right back into this, almost evened up. We saw it in the first set. We're using a little bit of the same rotation from the first set, if I hear you correctly. This is where the gutsiness, the grittiness of this team they're not going to let anything go by. They're really going to put the hustle into every single opportunity that they get here.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see how they respond here. I expect them to tighten it up. I mean, this is even though we're young with the sophomores and the freshmen and really only 4 seniors, and really at this point there's 3 seniors on the floor. I expect these seniors to kind of motivate these girls. I take that back. There's only 2 seniors on the floor right now with Allie and Overdone. But let's see how they respond. It all starts with that first pass. If we can make that first pass, this should be a kill. No? Good block by West Catholic. Oh, wow. We might get it over. Back in. Yeah. Oh, great hustle. So there's that response we wanted, right? So girls are not giving up and an out ball.
There it is.
So sometimes it's that simple. Like, we didn't do anything special other than just hustle, right? And just kept ourselves alive. So.
And it really, you look at it 1 point at a time now. Just take the next point. Don't worry about how many points in a row. Just take the next point. Then take the next point.
Absolutely.
That hurts.
Yeah. Good block set up and just kind of leaked through her hands.
Yeah, that's where you're looking to get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's like the dunk in basketball, right? You get a big block up on against their hitter like that with them against us, right? So just kind of a statement. Now, I will say West Catholic, they're earning it right now.
Oh, there's no question. It's not, we're doing the best that we can. They're just right there with us.
They're showing why they are who they are. There's that big block that we were looking for. So she'll get a free ball here. Oh, Ava just a little off.
So again, this is the 3rd set. All tied up 1-1. Only going to 15 here, 13-4. West Catholic currently in the lead. Good call on out. All right, now it's time for the Sailors really to hopefully climb out of this this hole that they're in.
Let's see if Allie can go on a 10-point service run here. Take 8 to tie it up. So out of West Catholic, out of system, we should get a kill opportunity here. Well, she'll take it. A little tape kill there, but
a point is a point.
Again, volleyball is just sometimes just a game of momentum, and sometimes all it takes is a little tape kill to. Yeah, see, and now Allie's serving really well. Ace there out of Allie Troutner. So this is the response you want to see, right? I mean, it would be at 13-4, easy to kind of hang your head, but we're still serving aggressively. Good passes. Cover that tip.
Didn't quite get it over there. And we are now at set and match point against West Catholic here in the first match of this double duel. Sailors still looking to hold them off. And that one's going to be out, and that's going to be the match. So this first match.
They missed a touch there, I believe.
The referee is checking with any of the side. And that's going to be a match. So
I didn't see it. So.
I did not either. So what happens now is Holland Christian will come over and join Mona Shores on this this court again, and we will run another match.
Yeah,
just like that.
No warm-ups, just get right into it. Maybe Holland Christian might ask to serve for 2 minutes just because they've been sitting
for so long. Sure. Well, let's take a quick break while we're waiting for them to get over. Obviously, it won't be too much of a break, but we'll see what we can get in there, and we'll be right back.
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki to start a quote for you today. Visit Ryan at our Norton Avenue office in the Park Place Shopping Center near Goodwill and Pites and Courts Restaurant, or visit lmcu.org/insurance to get started.
Looking to buy or sell? Look no further than our broadcast booth sponsor, John Vandervelde at Nexus Realty. Give him a call at 231-759-3634 or go see him at 880 West Broadway Avenue in Muskegon. Nexus Realty, team-based real estate professionals.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Moving is always a battle. Well, it's Green Door Movers to the rescue. We're the Movengers. We can fight the moving battle for you in a green, environmentally friendly way. Our green vested heroes have a 5-star Google rating. Give us a call today.
And welcome back, everybody. Here, Sailor Center, Sailor Nation Sports Network at the John Vandervelde and Nexus Realty broadcast booth, high above the Sailor Center. This is one of the opportunities. Normally for basketball, we sit over kind of on the side and we're looking over the railing. This is about as close. This is the best seat in the house, really, Eric.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
If we listened or dropped the mic, we could hear what Coach Hellman is saying. Just about every play.
Hopefully we would want to hear what she's saying. I'm sure that it was all good. All good.
I'm sure.
Although the Sailors dropped the first match against West Catholic, we're looking to rebound against Holland Christian. And again, we talked about it at the beginning of this double duel. we chose, to do this because of the tune-up that we want to see. Now, obviously, it was a loss, but they played pretty solid for the most part. They've got to work a little bit on their passing, but I think that they've got some good potential going forward.
Oh boy, that girl played. That was going to be out by a bunch. So.
Set is underway.
See if we can get in the system here. Kill by number 9.
Sailors draw first blood.
My wife did confirm that Gracie's kill on match point was tipped, but the officials clearly missed it, according to her. So I didn't see it, and I have a pretty good spot up here. So most of these girls play club volleyball of some sort, and those tryouts will start, believe it or not, next Sunday for the high school girls. So some of these girls will go right into their club season, which will actually go all the way till, I think Grace got done June 24th last year. So
wow,
they really will get the month of July off, and I say that in air quotes because most of these girls will play full beach volleyball circuit in the summer, 2s or 4s.
Where does the actual club competitions occur?
Well, they're all over. So Grace plays for a club out of Grand Rapids, MVA, they're part of the MSA sporting group. And so the national teams, they'll go to St. Louis and Orlando and Louisville, Kentucky, and all over the country to play some of the top players in the nice kill by Jersey Vanderwall there, to play some of the best competition in the country, really. Ironically, the national champions this year were out of Michigan elite team that MVA played quite a bit. So we don't always have to go far to see some of the best, but
there's nothing here in Muskegon for them to really do club, is there?
Well, so the club that I would say every girl on the floor right now, I know for a fact every girl on the floor has played for a club called Inside Out, and they're a really good club. The problem is the draw when you're on a club from the lakeshore. You can't go west to get any talent, right?
True.
So
the further you go east, you're already losing them to Grand Rapids.
Yeah. And so just to give you, the team that Grace plays on out of MBA out of Grand Rapids, there's kids that come from Lansing, from DeWitt, from obviously the Grand Rapids area, and kind of a great segue, I was going to mention Holland Christian. She plays with a girl on the Holland Christian team. And to tell you how important Holland Christian volleyball is, they had 40 girls try out for their varsity team.
Wow.
And I'm looking at a bench of 7, which means they have 30, so they cut almost 27 girls. Cut or put down onto their JV team. So, it's just funny how some sports, for us it's football and soon to be volleyball hopefully, but it's just a major sport for that school.
It sounds like it. You look at an equivalent would be like a Rockford in football where they field nearly 100 people on the sidelines.
A great equivalent. Although with volleyball it's very difficult. You get above 12, 13 kids, you just can't get them on the floor.
Yep.
That's great. Should be out. So one of the other things for volleyball, when a girl subs in, let's say Maddie Russell will go to the back row after our next rotation, and someone will sub in for her for the back row. They're locked in. They can only sub for each other the rest of the set. Not the match necessarily, but the rest of the set. And
nice save.
Nice, Mallory. Nice cover by Mallory Hogston there. Great pass by Mal. So yeah, that's a great, sorry about that, get a little excited.
Got to take a look on that instant replay right there. That doesn't get much better than that.
This is where all 6 are contributing, right? So the play before, I think we had 3 separate girls touch the ball, and Mallory Hogston obviously saving a big opportunity there. We don't want the service errors to come back and bite us again. Yeah, so the Holland Christian, we see a lot of those girls playing in the beach circuit. most of these girls have a partner that they will play 2-on-2 beach with all summer long. You'd think they'd want a break since they go from now until the end of June, but they seem to love it, so that's up to the intent.
Well, one of the interesting things there is, I mentioned it earlier as far as, conditioning. There's no problem with conditioning if you're playing all season long.
Right?
I would think that the condition would just constantly be getting better and better and better.
Well, and as typical, we've got a bunch of athletes on the floor. So you've got, Allie Troutner is one of the best soccer players in West Michigan. She just had the kill there. Cayenne Hellman's a tennis player. Mallory Hogston's a great soccer player. Chloe Rose with that serve. I know she plays tennis as well. So a lot of these girls, they don't stop year-round. Grace and both the Russell girls are both basketball players. So, there's a chance that if we make a deep district run, that basketball tryouts will happen, and we'll still be playing volleyball.
Yeah, true. And we do hope for a deep run into the playoffs. That's for sure.
Oh, great block by Ava. That's it. Yeah, so playing tough. The nice thing is Holland Christian watched that third set, and we didn't necessarily play our best, so maybe they didn't think that we were here to play, but I think they just found out we are. Yeah, so number 4 for Holland Christian. I believe I've seen her on the beach volleyball circuit quite a bit. Yeah, her name's Tiana Dykstra. But really good player, really good beach player.
Once again, I'd like to thank everybody that's joining us here. It's Sailor Nation Sports Network and the John Vandervelde and Nexus Realty broadcast booth at the Sailor Center. Girls volleyball, double duel. Sailors unfortunately lost the first match to West Catholic. Currently at the beginning, the first set of the match against Holland Christian. We are knotted up at 9 in this first set.
Oh, nice to see that other teams can get the service bug from time to time. Should get a free ball here. Great play by them. Good tip by Jersey. Should get a free ball. See if we can do something with it here. Nice tip. Good block, Jersey.
Wow, this is awesome.
So nobody's really in system, right? That's the first system ball we've seen, and they hit it out. But yeah, sometimes it's just scrappy. So, an interesting thing, we talked about height earlier, and we've got 3 6-foot girls, and Grace at 5'11". Jersey Vanderwall at 5'10". Actually has the most blocks of any girl on our team.
No kidding.
Yeah, a lot of times blocking is more about timing than it is height.
Sure.
And she's a coach's kid, so her dad, Jimmy Vanderwall, former Mona Shores volleyball coach. I know her and her sister Roxy spend a lot of time in the backyard battling it out with dad throwing balls up and them going to war. So good kill by Grace there. But over the course of that, her dad has taught her a great technique in her block.
I believe we're on a 4 or 5 point run here.
That seems about right. And again, with Ava Dunn at the service line. So, and then we jinxed her. But no, that's a good run. Anytime we can get, with our best hitter serving, anytime we can get a good run, that's bonus for us. A lot of times with this rotation, we just want to do a lot of side outs, and hopefully Ava can get in when she gets front row, rack up a bunch of points. But Grace calling for a touch there, but I don't see it. Oh, good eyes by the home. So now they're on a bit of a run. I
They are indeed.
One more, maybe we'd call a timeout.
That's a 3-point run for Holland Christian.
Good serve. Oh, whoa.
So
they're calling Jersey on a lift there, saying that she didn't hit the ball clean.
So we're tied up 13-all.
Seemed like a call she could have let go. So now we're out of sorts.
And the timeout should probably come pretty quick, I would think.
Maybe one more here. Yeah, so we're really just trying to get through this, get a side out, get an extra hitter on the floor. Right now we've just got our setter front. Gracie's just off right now, shooting everything long. So, Joe, you talked about conditioning. That's where this is coming in, right? The legs are just getting a little dead. They've been on the floor for over an hour and a half, or I don't know how long they've been on the floor. Yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes. And just not jumping as high and pushing the ball a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Bet the timeout's coming now.
We are on a 7-point run for Holland Christian.
Yeah, here's the timeout.
Holland Christian with a 7-point run here in this first set of the second match for the Sailors. Double duel. First match was against West Catholic. Sailors went down 2 sets to 1. They took the first set, lost the second 2. Sailors are looking to start off strong here in this next match. However, they're down 16-13 to a very strong Holland Christian team.
Yeah, they're still in it. I think the thing I've been impressed with on the on this team as a whole is I have never seen finger pointing, right? And so when one kid's off, they really do a good job of lifting each other up, and I'd expect them to respond here. And this happens, right? You get into a situation where there's a server that is very aggressive, like 15 is here for Holland Christian, and we're just trying to get out of this rotation right now and just out of sorts a little bit. But
well, we're going to have to turn that around quickly here.
Going to make a substitution here. We're going to go with one of our defensive specialists, Lauren Morey. He's going to go in for Allie Troutner, just to see if we can get a little bit better pass off of this serve.
Nice, very nice.
Sometimes it's just a little stupid ball like that can change the tide. So now we've got Cayenne Hellman in the back row. Now she's got 3 options for hitters. That's going to change the way that they block a little bit. I suspect we probably will run that delayed kill or a rainbow here at some point.
Nice.
And just need a couple balls to go out like that, and we're right back in it.
Definitely right back in it. 17-15 Holland with the lead, but again, Sailors on the serve.
So great job there.
That pendulum swing, back and forth, I'll tell you what.
And I'll tell you, that's a tough ball to let go for those DSs, because they're used to that ball coming in so, DS would be a defensive specialist. They're so used to that coming in so hard, and they're used to diving for everything, that it's sometimes tough to let that ball go long. Oh boy, just kind of caught us.
Little trouble on that one.
Good spot.
Oh, wow, that hurts. How long did Vandy coach?
Jimmy?
Jimmy, yep.
I believe he was from 15 till 19, 4 years maybe.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh. So that ball hit the antenna, which you can't do.
Tough break again.
Yeah, 16-20. Definitely need a side out here. Do have a pretty packed house today.
We do.
A lot of fans here today. There we go. Good eye from Izzy Sturdivant. So we got Allie Troutner coming in front row and Mallory Hogston going in to serve. Guess the lineup is Mallory Hogston, Izzy Sturdivant, Cayenne Hellman, Maddie Russell, Jersey Vanderwall, and Allie Troutner. So Mallory's been a really good, her service game has really come on. JV player last year.
Looking at the net, I'll mention it after this next point here. So they have, when they set up at the net, if you can watch this, look how close they're against, across from each other. Is there ever any chirping back and forth there?
No, so what they're doing is, so Maddie Russell, number 11, she plays the right side. So you'll see here in a second. Trying to figure out what rotation they're in here. So Maddie, after we play this first ball, looks like they're trying to set up to run that delayed kill, but she's going to want to come to the right, but you have to start in rotation. So those 6 spots on the floor, you can't cover. We're just out of sorts here. If you think of 6 positions on the floor, you have to start in position. So you can't start. We had that one rotation error earlier.
What I'm referring to is across from each other, your opponents. Is there any chirping going on? Because you're literally right in their face.
I see, with the other team.
Yeah.
Not so much. The interesting thing about high school volleyball and high school basketball is most of these girls, the better kids are going to play on clubs. So a lot of these kids just know each other and play with each other. So there might be some fun jamming. I have not seen. There's been some contentious matches.
I think I would have a hard time not just trying to get in their head just a little bit. Just a little bit of something, like a catcher in baseball, chirping a little bit at the batter. And
there might be some of that. But typically
some sportsmanship kind of, just.
Typically the aggression you see is typically coached to officials, right? So, but most of these kids are, you're playing against them this week, and 2 weeks from now they're going to be all at tryouts together and hopefully playing on each other's teams.
Right. Well, nothing like a little bit of competition, that's for sure.
Need a big side out here. Holland kind of showing why they are who they are. Again, Mallory Hogston. Nice pick up there. Now that could have been something Holland Christian saw in the previous match that West Catholic was doing to us, is kind of dumping that middle of the floor.
Is that a position thing? Is that out of position, or is that just a keen eye for where the hole is?
Well, I think it is when you're playing against really aggressive hitting teams, which both West Catholic and Holland Christian are. Your defense tends to push back a little bit for that hard-driven ball, and it's great play on their time or on their part, because they know that middle is going to be open, and if you don't block it or they tip over the top of that block, it's just usually a good play by them to do that. It's not a highlight shot, but we dropped the first set there, 25-20.
Yep, just going to say that is the first set over, 25-20. Sailors are going to have to look at taking 2 sets in a row if they want to take this match from Holland Christian. Excuse my cough. I am one of 3 of our broadcast team that are currently sick. I'm the least sick. Well, I'm actually on the mend, honestly. Fortunately, for the Muskegon Mona Shores game, we weren't able to broadcast, but I had every intention of trying to go to the game. Last week was when I had my upper respiratory stuff, and it was not, there was no way I was going to make it to the game. So I watched it from home. Unfortunately, the Sailors losing, but
that was a good first half.
Yeah, it was a good first half. But, I'm on the backside of this, and it holds on forever. I was talking with Coach Benedict from the hockey team. On Monday, I came in and did CPR for all of the head coaches for the winter sports. I do CPR for each one of the head coaches for each one of the different seasons. And he was telling me that 3 weeks of this and it going up and down as far as, you feel like you're getting better, then all of a sudden it comes back. And so far it has followed that pattern, I'll tell you.
That's brutal.
So we're hoping that we're going to be able to have a full broadcast crew for tomorrow. It sounds like everybody else is also on the bench. So, but they didn't want to take a chance and, wear themselves out.
Understandable.
So, but this has been a great broadcast. We've got Kim and Kotis right now looking over at us from our right side. Has got the center shot from his vantage point, and then we've got Cohen Holman. Cohen always does a fantastic job. He's looking at it from the court end on the Sailors side right now. Doesn't look like we're going to be switching sides.
No, the light in the gym, the daylight in the gym is kind of neutralized. So, like I said, I don't know. I love seeing all the other coaches from on the shore, especially the female coaches that are in the gym tonight. You see Chip Vesquez.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mike was around the varsity basketball coach.
Sure.
He's been at most of the matches.
Tim Lipan is here, announcer for many sports. Nick Bronsma and his wife. He's moved school somewhere far north from Orchard View. He moved on from Orchard View.
Shelby, I believe.
Shelby, yeah.
He's the Shelby men's coach.
Couldn't remember what that was, but he's a teacher at the elementary schools here at Mona Shores. A great guy for the programs around here. I see Mike Phillips. It looks like he's up top. Is that him up there right by the home adult sign? Gray sweatshirt, kind of looks like him.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I do see Northern Muskegon Community College's coach Rick is up there as well, so he's obviously looking to fill out some of his team next year. But yeah, Mike Phillips, he keeps an eye on all these girls. There's 3 or 4 of them that will go right into basketball season, so he's here probably hoping that nobody turns an ankle at any point soon.
Right, yep. Looking to fire off their season here pretty soon.
Shooting a double probably, but... Out. Good start.
Again, the Sailors looking to take this set to stay alive. Lost the first set of this second match against Holland Christian. If you're just joining us, this is a double duel. They faced West Catholic in the first match. Unfortunately, not on the winning side of that score either.
So right now, hopefully we just trade side outs with them for a little bit till we get on a run.
It's so interesting to see about 4, 5, 6 points. It almost stays even right at the beginning of these matches.
There's that rainbow. Yeah. Yes. And that a lot of times that's the difference. Is just one rotation of 4 or 5 points, and like you're seeing right now, we're just trading serves, right? So everybody's getting in the system. Pretty simple when you bump set pass, or bump set kill rather. But we're going to get a free opportunity here. This should go to Ava, I would imagine. Good block. Good spot.
Oh.
Good spot by Cayenne Hellman. Oh, she called it out. Fans did not like that.
Let's take a look and see if we can see that.
It's going to be tough from this angle.
Not from that angle. I'll have to take a look at the other angle. I do want to take a look at it. Let's see from the other angle. Let's see what it was.
That should give us a good angle. The player got right in front. It was close.
Very close.
All right, so this is where we need that side out. Good pass. Oh, man, we are just everything's just a little off.
I would also imagine, too, if we talk about it going back to the conditioning side of this, Holland Christian sat for quite a while before they had to face Sailors in this match.
And played a quick 2-set match, right?
Yep.
So we were in a pretty tight match, pretty tight sets all the way through.
They got the line on that one.
Called a touch on that.
So that was a touch, not on the line?
Yeah, well, that's what she signaled. I didn't see the touch, but she signaled touch. We'll take the point either way.
Correct.
Good serve. All right. I think that's our first service point we've won. Ball on the floor.
Better time to have that ball come in than after the serve. Oh.
One of our seniors there, Lauren Morey.
Does everybody serve at some point?
No. So you'll have 6 servers. That should be a touch there. Yeah, they called a touch. So your front row players don't all serve. Grace Allen, Jersey Vanderwall, and the right side hitters will not typically serve. So Izzy Sturdivant, the libero, will typically serve for the other middle, which is Jersey Vanderwall, and then Ava Dunn will serve for herself. Good left hand there to save that ball. Out. All right, so tied back up here.
Nice little 3 or 4 point run here.
My brother Greg Allen must be listening at home because he's giving me advice on what I'm saying too much of. So good tip there.
Beautiful. The rally point scoring is really fun, honestly. It makes the scoring go fast. It makes the game go fast. It's kind of hyperdrive volleyball is what it is.
Yeah, so those not familiar before rally scoring in 2004, you could only score points on your serve, and the matches, I believe, were to 15 back then, but they still took forever.
Ooh,
great play by number 15.
Really was. That was heads up.
Anders Way was her name, senior from Holland Christian. Yeah, and so Joe, you and I were talking earlier that in the state of Michigan, they have 2 separate sets of records now. So everything before 2004, when volleyball was not rally scoring and was played in the winter. So they actually played more matches, the seasons were longer, and they could play more matches, and then everything since 2004. So our girls right now need 1 win to tie what would be the 3rd best record in school history, 2 to beat it, and the 1st and 2nd are from the 2000 and 2001 teams, which had 45 wins each.
Boy, Holland right now is finding all of the open spots just to touch those shots right into.
They definitely see the floor really well, and they're serving really well, so we're just giving them a lot of free balls here. Might be able to get something out of this. There it is.
And we do. Nice.
Nice Ava Dunn with a kill there.
Take a look at that one on the instant replay.
Nice of her to take that on 2. Oh boy. Good quick hands, good reaction there. Holland Christian really does a nice job of attacking balls that aren't perfect and giving them pretty good opportunities and forcing kind of a errant pass from us from time to time. They're outside serve. Doing a really good job. Something here. Oh boy. Wow. Hit the antenna. That should be okay. I'll help the officials if I have
to. Any help that they can get, I'm sure they appreciate it, right?
Down judge actually called that. Set is out. Oh, wow. Holland Christian blocking really well.
So you are allowed to reach over and touch the ball on the opposite side of the net, correct?
You are, as long as it doesn't interfere with our setter. So if the ball's coming down, just on this way, as long as the ball is not coming, oh, they called a touch on that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll back that point out.
So, so if it's a pass from our back row and our setter is going to play it, they cannot reach it. It's called interference. They can't reach across the net.
Gotcha.
But if it's clearly not going to be a ball that we can set, they can do that. And we get the net there.
With a daughter that plays volleyball, how much bruising do these girls get from jumping on the floor like that?
Yeah, I think your back row players are pretty banged up at this point of the season. They're doing a lot of diving and around, but you know, the interesting thing, I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. when back in the 90s, when I remember the girls wearing huge knee pads.
Oh yeah.
These are hardly even sleeves that they wear now, and I don't see any of them that even have them around their knees at this point. So I think it is mandatory equipment, but they are not really doing much at this point. These girls are all pretty tough, though. Nice jersey.
I look at how much they jump on the floor, and I imagine myself playing volleyball like that, and yeah, no, I would be in an intensive care unit very quickly.
Yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, for sure. Good serve by Izzy Sturdivant there. So this ball is going to go to. Oh well. See if
nice
we can set
volley.
something up here. We might be going to the tip a little too much at this point. That's why they're covering it so much. So you can kick the ball. That was still in play. You can use your feet in high school volleyball.
A little hacky sack work there.
A little bit. You don't see it happen very often. So 14-11 here. We need a side out right here.
Again, we're second set of the second match. Holland leads 1-0.
So Kathy Hellman just made a substitution there and entered Maddie Russell in at middle for Jersey, maybe just to get a little bit more of a block in place. Although, as I said, Jersey's our best blocker, but it worked. She came in with a kill there. Service bug.
When points right now are so critical, those service errors like that have to just absolutely be excruciating for Coach Hellman.
I would imagine.
And the rest of the players, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's a fine line because we do score a lot of points because of how aggressive our serving is. We try to get them out of systems, so she does want to be aggressive with the serving, and you don't want to take that out of the girls' hands. But
take a look at that Lake Michigan Insurance Instant replay on that one. Bang. That's nice.
But at the same token, it's tough when they go out. Nice block.
Oh, fantastic. Take another look at that one on the instant replay.
I might know that kid. Actually, it kind of works. Yeah, that back set. Our whole block was set up on that right side, and Grace just covered it at the last second.
All tied up, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Sailors here at this point. They must survive this set to continue to go on and then potentially win the match.
I know Coach Hellman would love to win this match just to make this team believe a little bit more. They play with just about anybody in the state. I've not seen them getting run out of the floor short of a scrimmage against Forest Hills Northern, who's, I believe, number 3 in the state. But this would be a really telling match, even if they could just win this set and carry some momentum in
Sure. To push it to a third set means you're in this game, in this match.
That's absolutely right. And anything, and I say this, anything can happen in a 15-point set
right
in the third.
Sailors, I believe, take the lead in this set for the first time.
And again, we have loved this rotation all day with Ava Dunn in the back row serving. This is bonus for us, I'm not sure what it really is here. But something about this rotation, I think some of it is how aggressively Ava is serving.
Elbow?
Yeah, I think that's going to call it lift, so she kind of caught it in her arms a little bit there. Kind of an unlucky break there because the ball just kind of got tipped back into her.
So 17-all here. We'll take service errors anytime from our opponents.
And now it's getting to a pretty critical point in the match where you don't want to make any errors. Certainly in this set. Good down ball.
Again, just to remind everybody as we start to creep up on that 25 for the second set, you do need to win by 2, and there is no limit. So this back and forth could make it interesting for the second set if they continue to trade points like this.
Big side out here. Ooh. Setter's out. Good spot. See if we can set something up here. All right, should get a free ball here. Nice spot by Jersey Vanderwall. So Jersey maybe not the most power of any kid we have on the floor, but I would say she's probably the craftiest. She seems to be able to see the floor really well and find kind of those open spots. So,
well, finding spots that are open, they generate points. So
yeah. That looked like a double to me, but. So there's an interesting thing. There are a lot of people that saw that probably. Like she touched that ball twice. So
the first one didn't count?
The first one's just a touch on an attack, and so she can still play that ball. So it's the one time you can touch the ball twice in volleyball. So that was a big point.
So interesting. Sure was. 20 to 18.
Good spot. Oh. That girl can rip.
Wow. I feel a little bit of rhythm coming on here for the Sailors.
And really,
I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout.
So an interesting thing with who's on the floor right now, there is not a senior on the floor. All sophomores and juniors on the floor right now. So just kind of a sign of, sophomores, juniors, and freshmen. Sign of things to come.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this has been a fun group to watch. And you mentioning that this team is playing at this level with that young of talent that is still yet to develop, that's still going to gel together as a team. You talk about how important the communication is and calling the sets and that kind of stuff. They're only beginning. They're just getting the opportunity, and the numbers that are coming up from the 8th grade side is just going to feed into that just as much.
I mean, when you have a JV team that's lost 3 matches all year, there's not a lot of spots on this varsity team for next year, so I think they've got some pieces that will fill in the holes that are left by our senior group. Somebody's going to have to step up and be the leaders, because I will say those 4 are just excellent examples for the underclassmen. So that's a big serve by Mallory.
Sure was.
She has done that all year long, and I guarantee she is trying to hit that spot on the floor. There's a huge ball on the short left, and I wouldn't be surprised if she goes long here because they're kind of covering it. Oh, she went for it again. But see freshman Maddie Russell here. Oh, they might have played a ball that was out, but yeah, Maddie.
Oh, nice
big
shot.
So Maddie's a great example of, she's a softball player and goes year-round with her travel team. And she's a basketball kid and a volleyball kid and plays all the way around. Earlier in the year, she would not have done that. But because she's up, she has really developed. And you can't coach height, right? So
that's right.
Nice jersey. And Cayenne is trusting her 2 kills in a row. So you want to talk about communication. There is for the hitters, you do have to be nice to your setters. I tell Grace every once in a while she needs to bring them candy or something because that setter does kind of dictate your livelihood, your life a little bit. All right. So we are on set point here. They're going to need to run 5 in a row just to tie it up. 7 to win at this point. We just need one side out. Rainbow. She gets them out of sorts just a little bit. We should get a free ball here. But she's going to go to Maddie. Holland Christian called in the net on that for set point. So we're going to a third.
We are going to a third. 25-19, the final score of the second set. And I'll tell you what, you called it. Getting that, Coach Hellman getting that second set, regardless of the outcome of this match, getting that second set shows that they're deserving to play against a team like Holland Christian, and they really have the talent and capability of pulling this out. You mentioned anything can happen in a 15-point set, and that's where we're at.
So yeah, I mean they had a huge win last Tuesday night against Zeeland East, against a team that really kind of took it to them the first time they saw them in conference play, and you know that was a step in the right direction. I would say if we could pull this third set off, this is exactly what these girls want heading into next week. They do get a little bit of a down opponent in Reese Puffer on Wednesday, who's I think they would admit they're having an off year. So can't overlook them, but you would think our matchup is pretty good against them. Obviously, these girls winning the city tournament and really did so in convincing fashion, only dropping 1 set the whole day. Really think that if these girls can take this third set, this is what they're going to need to carry into next week.
Oh, for sure. And a quality win against a quality Holland Christian team.
It would be the biggest. It would be their biggest win of the season.
How much has Coach Hellman meant to this developing volleyball program?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's done some great things with, especially getting the 7th and 8th grade teams approved, and just the need that was there. Because honestly, last year, so my daughter, when she was in 8th grade, was the last year they only had 1 team, and coming into the 9th grade year. Kathy knew that Izzy and Grace and I think 1 or 2 others were being looked at to go to the JV team to help develop their talent level. They were really kind of wondering if they were going to have enough to have a freshman volleyball team. And if they didn't, that meant that Grace and Izzy would have to play at the freshman level and probably not develop at the speed that Kathy would need them to do. So, you know, it's little things like that of just developing players and having as many kids involved. You have 19 freshmen playing volleyball right now. A full freshman team and 7 on the JV team. I'm sorry, 21, because I'm ignoring the 2 freshmen that are on the varsity team here. So that's just something that's just going to build for the future. Huge first point there.
Remember, folks, this third set only goes to 15 points, where the others were 25. Trade some side outs there. Can't thank you guys enough. Anybody who's watching from wherever you're at, we'd love that you're able to join us here at the John Vandervelde and Nexus Realty broadcast booth high above the Sailor Center on the track looking down over this volleyball court. This contest is the double duel.
Tiana Steigstra there again. I know we have some fans from Holland watching. She's playing at a very high level right now. Good hands.
Oh, taking advantage of that. That was just taking advantage of them. I don't want to say sleeping on it, but they
setter going over on 2, right? We're expecting them. They've been swinging really hard and expecting them to run a play there. And a little bit of trouble here. Out. Wow, that was a big miss by Holland at that point.
And a very much needed side out for the Sailors. 3-2 Holland Christian, 1st to 15, final of 3 sets, all tied up.
Take set. Called our setter for a double. Now at this point, every point is
critical.
Critical, right? So we can't let them go on a service run. Swing by Maddie. She's coming to good block by Maddie Russell. She's really stepping it up today. Actually, in the Zeeland East match, she played really well as well. So she'll be a big piece to a long run, hopefully.
Holland Christian putting a little distance on the scoreboard, now 5-2, but Sailors need a point run here.
Rainbow. Well placed. That's a good ball right there. Good job for Maddie. Good set by Cayenne Hellman.
You mentioned it before we even started the first match. This is a gritty team, and they are playing gritty right now.
Well, and now Holland's looking across the net at 3 girls over 6 foot tall, which we don't go with this lineup but very often. But 2 freshmen that are 6'2", 6'3", and Ava Dunn at 6'2". We're not going to get out height at this point. There's your block right there, but it seems like I think she hit it in the net by looking at Ava. So. Yeah, that gives Cayenne Hellman 3 options. Hitting wise, oh, big miss serve there.
So, where we didn't want that to occur, it certainly did. Trying to gain a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, and there's times to go for that serve. It's just, at this point, we've got a really good offensive front court. And let them go to work a little bit. All right, they gave it back.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Keeping it tight here, 6-5. Holland with the close edge lead.
Looks like Grand Rapids West Catholic wrapped up their match again. Oh, we just got that over. Looks like they won in straight sets over there against Kent City. Nice.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Quick A-ball.
Take a look on that, and Lake Michigan Insurance instant
this is
replay.
Quick set. You'll see Ava's in the air just about as she's getting the ball in her hands. So, and it's almost impossible to stop. Wow.
Well placed.
That's a good kill from the right side. Well, she's going in the back row, so that's good for us. She can't kill inside the 10-foot line now. She seems to have been their best option at the front row. On 2 with their setter.
Yes.
They're in the net. All right. Tying it up at 7.
Now, even though it's 15, it's still got to win by 2, correct?
Win by 2, yeah.
Here we are, all tied up with 7.
We love this rotation. I'm not going to jinx her, but we do like the 6 on the floor. Although I will say all 11, it doesn't matter at this point. They've all been playing such a high level. Good swing there. Now we just have to answer back and do the same thing. Starts with a good pass here. Good play on their part, and their server serving Ava Dunn in the front row, just taking her out of position there. You don't see many kids that can actually hit that spot on the floor, so it's pretty impressive.
That helps.
Give it back. Now we need to take it. Now we need to get the serve in here, though. This has been, I'd say, Ava Dunn's been our best server. This rotation's been our best rotation today. Serve. Oh, yeah. Man, they just, I think the thing that they do better than most teams we've seen is getting attacks off of balls that aren't the best sets. Like that ball's coming from behind their hitter, and she was still able to put that away.
Sure.
Good spot.
It's got to go over.
That's
the third touch.
See, take it. So that pass was a little tight, kind of didn't have much of she didn't have much to do other than set that. This is probably going to go to Grace. You got to get that inside the pin, which she did.
Nice view.
So
nice look.
When Gracie swung really wide on that and got that ball back in play, she's got to be on this side of the antenna. You can see how wide she has to go. Oh, that's a replay.
Yep.
But still, 9-10. Still anybody's match.
That's going to hurt.
Chase. Oh. 11-9. We need a side out right here. Number 4 for Holland Christian back in, their best hitter tonight. Good Laney.
Nice.
Good dig. See what I say about Holland Christian getting, like, that all started with a bad pass, a set that was not as great, and then their outside was able to really put a pretty good attack on it to get us out of system.
Wow. So 12-9 is not acceptable.
No, we can come back from this. Let's just see. Good spot on the floor. Boy, they cover well. Probably going to A. Yep.
There we go. Time to turn it around. Nice little 5-point run here would be great.
That'd be fantastic. I love having Mallory Hodgson back there serving too. Pretty smart server.
Touch.
Boy, they just come at you from all 6 positions on the floor.
Successfully too.
Yeah, I mean they're getting quality swings all the way around at this point. Timeout by Shores. See if we can get a little side out here.
And that's a good timeout to take with 13-10. This is it. This is the third and final match, 1st to 15, and the Sailors really have been hanging in there. They put it to them in that second set, showing that they belong to be in this match. And they're still in this match. It is easy enough for them to climb out of this little bit of a hole. We're only going to 15 here, so every single hit, every single pass, every single point is really going to count a lot.
Yeah, this next point is real critical for them. It doesn't leave any margin for error, really, if you don't get this. Now, I've seen this team come back from 13-6 in a third set this year, so they don't. I guarantee they won't give up. Going to start with the passing.
That's not how you wanted to come out after that timeout.
You don't want to see your setter chasing balls out 10 feet off the court. So. See if we can get a good pass here. Oh, called us for a lift. And that's match.
That's going to be match. So third and final set, Sailors fall 15-10. That's 2-1 on the sets. Sailors are unable to get a win here on either one of the matches that they faced, but they did play fairly competitively against both of these teams. Both teams they faced, West Catholic and Holland Christian, very, very tough opponents. They came here to play. They played the way that they should, and the Sailors unfortunately weren't able to overcome that talent on the other side of the net.
Yeah, I mean, I think all year you've seen teams. Anytime you can split sets with them, and even in the third setter, you can take something away from that. Because when it gets to the district championships, they're best of 5 matches. So you're only going to play one match one night, but it's the best of 5 sets. And in those matches, typically the best team is going to win.
Right.
I think we've actually only played 2 5-set matches all year, both against Zeeland West. We won one, they won one. But in a 5-set match, it's a little bit more comfortable going. And there's not the weird thing that can happen in that third.
Sure. Yeah. Well, this has been fun. I'm glad, again, Eric Allen, the expertise that we brought to the table in the broadcast booth tonight. This was the one that you had mentioned would be a great one to cover, and I have to agree with you. This was fun. The pace was fast. The scoring was great. The teams were exciting to watch, and Sailors did not disappoint as well. They really did provide a good competition to both of the teams, West Catholic and Holland Christian. It's a good tune-up. Even though it was a loss, it still gives them that quality facing of an opponent before you're starting into districts, which start here on Wednesday.
Next week. Actually, first round of districts is Monday. We have a first round bye.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody should be surprised if all 3 of these teams come out of their districts and head into regionals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then anything can happen.
Yeah.
So there is our district does have a collision course with a really powerful Rockford team.
We do.
If we sneak through regionals, or districts rather.
Yeah, so we're gonna, obviously we don't get an opportunity to let these camera guys get in here very often, so certainly Cohen and Kimmin, the eyes in the skies, giving us these great shots all night long. We are looking at the hope and possibility that if we get to Thursday and we are hosting a district playoff game here at Sailor Stadium, now that we are affiliated with the NFHS, it gives us, excuse me, a little bit more leeway on being able to broadcast, which we are going to be doing tomorrow night. We're going to be utilizing that affiliation now with the NFHS to bring you the playoff, the first pre-districts round of the playoffs for Mona Shores varsity football. So we're looking forward to the benefits of being part of the NFHS, as well as retaining a lot of the autonomy that we've had in the past with our broadcasts for regular season games. So
I think that's great. And what you guys do is really amazing week in and week out, and such a service to the community and to all the Shores people that can't necessarily get to every home game. We have pretty big alumni that are all over the country.
I know, we get to see them all the time in different years, spanning the entire history of this school. So and we can't do it without people like these guys right here that are bringing all those great shots, and people like you stepping in and filling in with the expertise of the sports that we cover. So
this is fun for us. It's not for us that get to do this from time to time. It's not the commitment certainly you guys put in. And I know you were here before 3:30 setting up, and just such an asset to the community. I bet there's not many high school that have something like Sailor Nation Sports, certainly in Michigan, but I'd put you up against anybody in the country.
I would agree, and we take a lot of great pride in what we're able to offer. So thank you for joining us on this broadcast tonight, Eric.
Yeah, it was fun.
And making it what it was. It was fantastic. So for Cohen, for Kimmin, for Mr. Eric Allen, and myself, we want to thank you guys for joining us for the volleyball double duel here at the Sailor Center. We will be coming back to you live tomorrow starting at 6:30. If you want to watch that broadcast, you need to subscribe to the NFHS. That NFHS broadcast, make sure you select Mona Shores School as your school of choice, your subscription. We do see a part of that subscription come back to us to help support what we're doing. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you don't miss that broadcast. And we are going to see you tomorrow night from Sailor Stadium as they take on Traverse City Central in the pre-districts for varsity football playoffs. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Enjoy your night.
Good night.